This is just going to be a quick update. I'm not actually going to be playing Overwatch, fortunately. I also don't think the dailies have reset, so I'll just do them later. Let me double check. Oh yeah, they have the Goofy Goober collab. Yeah, 2 hours. Do them later tonight. So yeah, if you guys wanted to check that out, go for it. The skins are probably going to be like 20 bucks a pop, if not more, because they're quote-unquote collab skins. But yeah, god damn, this music. Okay, good. So in general, I don't know. Just personally, I have not had the motivation to be playing games. Like, I'll get on my PlayStation and I'll just be scrolling through the catalog, and I'm just like, what do I play? What should I play? Do I want to play anything? I kind of just come to the conclusion, like, I don't know. I don't have the urge to sit here and get on Overwatch and be frustrated and not have a good time. I don't have the urge to get on Dead by Daylight, get frustrated and not have a good time. A lot of the single player games I play, I try to keep them for streams. That or I've already played them. So it's, I don't know. It's just difficult to manage it. And I can't stream it all the time. I don't know. Hi Star, welcome. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I mean, I don't really think this is going to impact anyone other than like the 1 or 2 people that actually come through to the stream and hang out, but that's not relevant. I don't know. That's pretty much it. What about your games? Also seen your message. I didn't check your games. No, I mean, it's just in general. Like, I just don't have any urge to play games. It's just like with streaming, it just comes this pressure to play games, and I don't know. It just dampens the fun of everything. Like sometimes I do like, streaming it and giving live reactions and stuff like that. But then other times it's just there's people that come through chat and it's just like, I don't want to watch this. Well, then don't watch it. But some people just don't have that mind. So I don't know. The negative viewers are a very small part of why I don't like streaming. Is it because of the FNAF streams? I mean, not even that. I just don't have the motivation to play FNAF. I just don't care to. Like, I wanted to do the, I don't know, fun, spooky series, but I don't know. The chat was just really tedious to deal with, first things first. And then the games are just repetitive. We should just cope. It's a lot of RNG. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Just a very small, minute part of people just coming through and having something smart to say. It's like, I'm not going to play babysitter to some kid who's in my chat. I don't want to sit there and cater to what people want to watch. Like, what I'm streaming is what I'm streaming, right? But some people just don't seem to have that understanding. We're not gonna go to a name-to-name basis, but in short, I just wanted to give a quick update on that. Like, I'm just kind of tired of games. Like, I'm sure there will be the occasional one that comes by. Like, I already am anticipating Silent Hill 2. When I get a PS5, Spider-Man 2. Go through Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. As for whether or not I'll stream those, I don't know. We'll see. I have some life plans that I gotta accommodate. Living in this place is not the greatest. These upstairs neighbors are actual, like, buffoon, Neanderthal, brainlet, inconsiderate individuals. So it's just it's made living not comfortable, especially when it comes to doing things like schoolwork and whatnot. But yeah. I mean, not to mention, by nature, I'm gonna stop streaming as much because I won't have as much time to. I'm gonna start working some full-time retail job, and that's in and of itself pretty miserable. But it's just like things like Overwatch, not cool. I'm not. I don't enjoy the game anymore. I'm gonna do my challenges to get the battle pass done. It's not rewarding, right? Like, I can win and be like, okay, this is how things should be, and then I lose, and it's just like, this is twice as frustrating because not only is it not in my control to blah blah blah, but Overwatch just not fun. Same thing with Dead by Daylight. I know I've said this plenty of times before, but playing Killer half the time is miserable. Playing Survivor is just like tunnel slug. It's just like okay, cool. Because like the games aren't inherently bad, each of them. Like I like Dead by Daylight in concept. I think Overwatch has a lot of I don't want to say redeeming qualities, but there are qualities about Overwatch, not inherently the game, but Overwatch itself, like the characters, the lore, the world building, all that fun stuff. Like that stuff I enjoy. They butchered the PvP, or the PvE, sorry. Took away its replayability. Stuck a $15 price tag on a game demo. But yeah, there's like the two main things I do. I used to play Cyberpunk a lot. I love playing Cyberpunk personally. But that's just not the content people want to see. Like I've tried to play the Far Cry games, no one joins that, and it's just like, what's the point of streaming it if no one's gonna come by, right? Like, which is fine. I don't care that people don't come by. Like I could play Far Cry regardless of whether or not I have people hanging out. But it's just like nobody wants to see Far Cry, and then again with the whole viewer thing, it's like I don't want to watch this. Do a reaction or I don't know, play this game that isn't on the PlayStation Store. It's like, oh, this game sucks. Why are you playing it? It's just like, Jesus, man. I'm playing the game. If you want to watch, you can hang out and watch. If not, you can feel free to go to any of the billions of other places on the internet. Literally, go back to your YouTube homepage, refresh, and I'm sure you'll find something that tickles your fancy that isn't me playing whatever quote-unquote garbage game you felt compelled to click on. But a lot of it is in part to that. Like, I have fun streaming with friends. Like, Star, if you and I play Dead by Daylight or Overwatch, it's fun. Racita Bandito and I, we occasionally play together. That's always really fun. And it's not like my fun needs to be dependent on other people. It's just more fun when you have friends along for the journey. But at the same time, it's like, at a base, the game just is not enjoyable. But yeah, a lot of the time, it's just those negative experiences outshining a lot of the positive. But yes, for single player games, there's just a lot of pressure to play this or play that, or oh, I probably shouldn't touch this, even though, you know, it's like blah, 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 blah. Like I said, with these neighbors being so loud and disruptive, I think it just really kills the vibes of the streams. Because like, if you can literally hear someone playing music and blasting it, stomping in the background, that's just not the quality I want to bring to the stream. So it's just like, I have to work around that, work around school stuff, schedule. It's not clicking at the moment, is my point. Like, I'm sure I'll get the occasional desire to play, but right now I'm just really burnt out on it. Like, what active playthroughs do we have? I know we have quite a few. FNAF 3, FNAF 4, I just don't care. The DVD Halloween events going on, I just don't have the motivation to play that. I'm like, there's like Detroit and stuff, but I've already played those games, so it's not like I can bring a super interesting take on it, you know? So to a certain degree, it just almost feels superfluous. But it's kind of like being caught in a rock and a hard place. I mean, those negative years that I mentioned, they've been banned and most likely will continue to be banned if they continue to come through in the channel and blah 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 chat. But I don't know. Didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to, you know. Which isn't like, I'm not trying to put emphasis on numbers, but when it stays stagnant and no one that, like, the audience that I want to attract to the stream just doesn't come by, it just, I don't know. I don't want to say it feels pointless, but when you're stagnant as much as it feels like the channel is, I don't know. No, Star. This is just regarding streams. Like, you and I would still be in touch, and we can still probably play games occasionally. I'm just talking about streaming itself. Because like, I have to bring an extra layer of like energy to that, try to make it entertaining, and I got to accommodate people in chat, and it's just like, man. On the down low, I'll probably still play these games, but it's just going to be much more fewer and far between. But even then, just at the base, I just don't have the motivation right now. I could just be in a rough spot. Like I said, I just got rejected from that stupid job that I really wanted. So I just could be in a mental slump right now. I don't know what it is. But like between a whole bunch of real life responsibilities, got to trying to find a way to get out of this place. Not to mention breaking the lease here is going to be probably a pretty penny because these apes above us just have no ounce of consideration or shame. No, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm probably not going to play Overwatch. I'll probably do like 3 or 4 games just to get the dailies out of the way. But like casual fun Overwatch, no. Unless I, for some odd reason, really have a hankering to play Overwatch, I highly doubt I'm going to be touching this game. And I'm nigh certain I'll uninstall it after this battle pass completion. Because like I don't think the name cards are any good, right? What are we even at right now in this? We're at 15 tiers to completion. We're almost there. Grave Robber, Harbinger's cool, Butcher's meh, Fearmonger's okay. Treasure Goblin, Deceiver, Temptation, Primeval. Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't go past level 105, which... I mean, 115 is Fearmonger, which is 30 levels. We got 30 days in the battle pass. I don't know. I won't uninstall the game until the next season comes out just to see what's going on. But more likely than not, I'm not gonna touch it. As soon as I message you, you finish the Halloween event. Oh, sweet. On Dead by Daylight, I assume. But yeah, I mean, then we have all the issues of each game. Mainly Overwatch. Like, I don't know. The whole mythic drama. And I wouldn't say I'm opposed to coming back to the game next year when Microsoft's acquisition of Blizzard takes hold. Yep, you got everything? Sweet. Nice. That's good. Like, I don't know. Because Blizzard prices, I mean, everyone's just gonna, the whales are still gonna sit here and buy everything from Blizzard. Like, this is a whole separate can of worms that I'm opening, but it's just unmotivating to look and be like, oh, hey, what are the new cool skins? Because that's something that I've always liked about Overwatch, is like the cool new skins. And I'm like, oh, wow, I got a shield $20 for that. Okay. So it just takes a part out of the game that I enjoyed. Just mitigates it. It's like, just buy the skins if you like it, but it's like, I'm not going to spend $20 on skins. Oh, haha, broke. It's like, no, I just have better priorities. Why in the world? Why in tarnation am I going to sit here and spend a third of a price on a modern AAA game on a cosmetic in a free game? Like, I would like to support Blizzard, but it's just like, this is too much, man. I'll give them like $15 tops for these skins. I think this will be temporary. I'm not sure. When I finally get out of this apartment and can kind of get a better hold on life right now, we'll see how it goes. If I can make time to play video games and whatnot. I don't know, it just feels like everything fell apart because I was hinging so much on getting that job, which is my own fault, right? I was just like, wow, I need this. It'll be a massive jump in my career. It'll be a massive bump in experience. I can, you know, finally get on track and do something useful with my life. And then just like, no. Something about you, some nondescript thing we don't like about you, we're just not gonna go forward with your process. I'm just like, what you're telling me I'm getting disqualified for is information you've had since the beginning of this process, so I don't understand why. So ultimately it feels like I just wasted a very lot of bit of time. Which, getting down in the dumps about it is not gonna help. It'll just compile the time lost. So instead of losing the next month and a half sulking, just gotta get back on track and go for it. But it's like, wow, what could have been? And that's something that I as a person have trouble with coping with, you know. Because like currently, right now, this second, I could be out there getting experience for work, actually making a difference in the world, but no. Learning things day to day, nope. Just kind of got shafted on out the weight. One less credential on the record. It's not the end of the path. No, not for this. I don't know. We'll see. Because I figure if I set time aside to play games, I could probably also set time aside to stream it. And whether or not that nets something, it doesn't really make a huge difference. But it's just like, I don't know. Trying to build the community is something that I guess I thought would be a lot easier than it turned out to be. But again, the views aren't the main thing here. It's just the fact that I can't bring the same energy that I want. So I think we're just going to take a break from the streaming. I'll probably just have to play it by ear and see if that spark just comes back. Because right now I just have no hype for any games, really. But yeah, no, hopefully maybe we can come back to Overwatch if these prices drop. It's just the principle. Right, like I don't care how much money you have. If people are going to want to buy these, they're going to want to buy these. But you guys are broke, complaining about the prices. But it's just like, come on. It just shows how little these people understand finances. Because I guess what, this Ash skin, $10. You know who's going to buy it? The 5 people who have the amount of money that they can shill on in-game cosmetics. If this skin was $10, much more accessible, you get 20 people buying it. Off rip, you already have more people buying a cheaper product, which ultimately means you're netting more profit at the end of the day. Not just that, but you're going to have more loyal player base, you're going to have your fans be more happy with the game. I don't know. I guess that's just something that these people don't think of. A lot of people, they operate off impulse. So it's just like, oh, I see Sojourn skin, I'm going to spend $30. I'm not even going to think about, I'm not going to have a conscious outside of, let me just buy product. I'll be a good little drone and just pick this up real quick. I'm not going to question Blizzard, I'm not going to sit there and advocate for better prices, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to roll over and accept things as they are. Because I have the money to. It's just like, even if I had $1 million, would I sit here and be spending money on Blizzard? Probably not. Most likely not. I don't know, it's just me though. Dead by Daylight's not bad with cosmetics, it's just the player base. Dead by Daylight's player base is just so freaking stinky. I have a couple other games like Rainbow Six Siege, I just reinstalled that. Probably give that a try. I don't know, I'm trying to find something that I can have fun with. Like the Gundam game was okay, but that's going to end up dying in like a day, in a month, however long it's going to take. Dies in November, I think. They shut the servers down. Single player games, I'm probably going to go through Far Cry 6. I just started up a new game plus. So I did want to stream Far Cry 6, and I was just like, nobody watched Far Cry 3. Nobody cares about Far Cry 3. No one's probably going to care about Far Cry 6. One of the weaker games in the franchise. So then I'll have people coming to the stream, why are you playing Far Cry? Far Cry sucks. You should play this obscure game. You should buy this game that doesn't exist on the PlayStation Store. I'm saying that for the people who've recommended games countless times that don't actually exist on PlayStation. You would be surprised how many people just don't like to, you don't want to play any of my games. I mean, it's just, the motivation isn't there. I would just be slogging through the mud, in a sense. And I have some other, like, paperwork and stuff I have to fill out for this other job that I'm trying to start. So I don't know. I can't hanker down right now and play anything. I don't know, I was trying to stall just in case other people join, but it is what it is. But yeah, I guess we'll call it there. Not to mention, yeah, I only have the PS4 right now. I don't have a PS5, so I don't have updated hardware to actually play the new modern stuff, like the stuff that actually gets hype, right? Like Spider-Man 2, if we were strategic about it, right? Like, play it off or play it when it releases, have the PS5, kind of garner those people who are interested in it. Oh, you mean the games for your account? Still probably not. Ultimately, like with Visage, that's a smaller company, I'm pretty sure. So if it came down to like supporting them, I think I'd rather just pay them. That way they get the support. That way they can fund their stuff and make better games and more games and whatnot. No, yeah, that's my bad. I thought you meant like Dead by Daylight or something right now. My bad. Misunderstanding. But as for that, no, not right now. I'll be okay. I do appreciate it though. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I guess flabbergasted about the Village thing. Like that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it makes sense for the PS4 and PS5 softwares to be different. So hold on, let me ask you this: if I have the Village Platinum in PS4 and I get a PS5 and I attach my account to it, I won't have the trophies for Village anymore. It's like I have to get the Platinum trophy all over again on PS5 because it's a different platform. Is that how that works? Because if so, that sucks. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be trophy chasing anymore. Not until I get a PS5. I think the PS4 version trophies are safe. So then, in theory, I mean, in theory, right? If I did have your profile attached to my PS4 and I still got the trophies on Village, shouldn't they by default transfer to the PS5 version? Because it's still your account. Like, although it is a different system, it is the same account. So the data from that trophy should still be on there. I'm not even going to pretend I would know if that would be plausible, but I'm just saying in theory. Because if the trophies I have on my PS4 transfer to the PS5 when I get one, shouldn't the same thing work? I mean, I guess your PS4 would just have to like refresh all that data, but that's like a turn off, turn on type deal. Like in theory, if I earned the trophy while playing on my PS4, you open your PS5 and then you should have the trophy acquired. I don't know. I might have to research on that one. Go to the depths of Reddit and ask around. I don't know, maybe the PS4 version. Ah, I see. Something to save files. Well, I guess ultimately, the main thing we would be missing is all the data from the different saves, the new game pluses, and whatnot. So I guess at that point, I'd probably have to kind of start fresh. I'd probably have to do like 2 or 3 playthroughs to be able to get a smooth going Village of Shadows run. Which, I mean, in theory, I think the speedrun time for Village is 4 hours. DBD is the same too, really. You did have some cosmetic issues, didn't you? With Dead by Daylight, I think? Or am I remembering that wrong? Because I remember you were missing your cosmetics or something when you transferred to the PS5? Or Overwatch 2, you got Kiriko's Q spray with the trophy. Gotcha. Yeah, that's weird. Well, I'm not going to be trophy hunting anymore. Not anytime soon on the PS4, at least. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. And then I would try uploading videos, like just the basic parts. Maybe that would help alleviate things in terms of like the live issues. But even then, the couple of videos that I have uploaded, they just don't do very well. Like the last thing I updated or uploaded 2 weeks ago, nearly like 5 views, 8 views, which I guess I don't know. I just don't think the video format is great for the channel. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I briefly remember, maybe it wasn't you, maybe it could have been another viewer, but I remember somebody was having issues after they transferred their system or something. Maybe it was someone from PS4 to PC, or maybe it was you from PS4 to PS5. I don't know. I very vaguely remember it. I could just be remembering wrong. Yours aren't doing good compared to your old ones. Yeah, I don't know. The algorithm just does not favor us. Well, ultimately, I think we'll call it there. I think I've said my piece. I don't think anyone else is going to join. I'll obviously stay active in the Discord and stuff if anyone wants to talk on there. And unless I know you personally, I'm probably not going to message you on Instagram. Like if you're a mod or something. I think the beginning of the PS5 when having transfer issues. Yeah, I think that might have been what it was. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know why I made the Instagram. Such a silly thing. I don't know. I guess I could have taken it in like a gaming news direction, but people usually only subscribe to those things from like official sources. Or like giveaways and stuff. That's something I've noticed people advocate for. What about Genshin, by the way? That's a whole new game. And gacha games, just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of gacha games at this point in time. Like, I'll still occasionally play the one that I used to be on all the time, Beach Brave Souls, but ultimately that's just too much work, too much grinding. You mean you like Instagram? Nothing wrong with it, but like as a, I guess as a creator, I didn't really do much with it. I don't think Instagram is bad, that's not what I mean. I'm just meaning like I don't really know what I was trying to do with it. Personally, I just think it's always a little sketch for people to be like messaging viewers. Granted, Star, you're my mod, so that's different, but even then, like if we had Timmy 2012 come into the chat and message me on Instagram, I'm probably not going to respond to him. Way too many issues surrounding that stuff in YouTube as is. Yeah. Oh. Discord would load, that would be nice. I don't think anyone has said anything in there. Oh, someone said something in general. And Darkness comes through with his freaking fight time school stories. He's like, wow. Just for chatting and doing music. Oh yeah. Well, this is the thing is I had it tied to the YouTube channel, so I wasn't sure if I would like upload new videos on there because I never really did that. I kind of figured the Discord would be easier for that, but then the freaking YouTube Discord bot decided just to quit. Just gave up on me. Yeah, but all in all, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe the video format is the best way of going about it. I think we'll attract a lot less riffraff. Oh shoot, just kick the chair. Okay. I think we'll attract a lot less riffraff by way of videos without posting on story and streaming later though. Well, yeah, I guess we could do that. I just don't know. I'll have to look into how to embed links onto Instagram stories. But the issue with that is Instagram usually takes you to the web browser YouTube instead of the app, something I've realized, but we'll try to ignore the intricacies for now. At a later date, maybe. But it just never really got attention from the viewers either. I don't know, maybe I'll have to start shilling more. I usually don't like doing stuff like that. Like, okay, guys, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe. Go check out the Discord, go check out the Instagram. You got the FNAF movie for free? Good to see you back, oh. Did you enjoy it? I've heard mixed reviews. I haven't checked it out myself. I had a buddy I was gonna go watch it with, but we had a couple of issues. Am I gonna watch it? Probably not. Not until it comes to a streaming service. Not to mention, to be completely honest, I've memed about it a lot. Like, oh, FNAF movie, it'll be the best movie of the century. But it's like, these people don't really know how to write video game movies, unfortunately. Would you watch it if it's the next chapter? Probably not. On Discord, someone uploaded it. Wow. Did they just like record it from their phone, or do they have like an actual file containing it? Because I don't think there's any way that someone has a file for the movie this early into its release. Because what did it come out like a week ago, if not 3 days ago? I don't know the release date. I always find it hilarious. Oh, okay, they freaking got it from the streaming service. I got you. That's awesome. Gotcha. Yeah, no. People occasionally watch the camera recordings of movies online. It's so funny that some dude is sitting there recording the movie with his phone. People can stream movies on Discord. They got banned. Luckily, I saved it in your file. Well, hey, all I'm gonna say is be careful uploading that places, because that is piracy. And if for whatever reason you end up getting caught for it, you will probably be penalized. So just be careful uploading it and sharing the file around. I don't take part in piracy myself, but if someone can do something for free in this economy, in this world where money rules all, I don't care. I'm no piracy investigator. You won't upload it, to be honest? That's fair. Smart. Yeah, also, I want to apologize for the other day. I think it was on one of the last FNAF streams. We had that little dispute with the other viewer. I'd like to apologize for that. That was inappropriate. I just could not de-escalate that situation. That was very rough. But ultimately, yeah. Just a free movie, yeah. Is it already live on streaming services? I'll have to look into that. Because I figure someone ripped the file off the app. That must be. But yeah, video game movie adaptations usually don't go in a direction that I enjoy. The movie was pretty unexpected, really. Because like they took the PG-13 route, which very heavily limits the amount of like violence and gore and stuff like that, which to a certain degree is fine. But we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's here, where one of like the staples is people being mauled and torn apart by animatronics. I've heard a little bit of spoilers about it. They turned it to 15. I can only think of Resident Evil, which is bad. Yeah, Resident Evil was butchered. CGI films, that's debatable, but the I think the guy's name is Wes Anderson. Don't quote me on that. He made the Resident Evil movies with the Jill, and then you got all these Jill clones, and the whole RE plot was terrible. It wasn't actually Resident Evil. They just used things like T-Virus and G-Virus and Buzzword from the game. Just can't escape the spoilers. No. Friggin', I'm getting Spider-Man spoilers here. People are like, the game's been out a week. The game's been out a week. If you haven't played it, you don't deserve to enjoy a first-time run-through. It's just like, shut your mouth, people. Alternatively, you can go to one of the probably thousands of discussion boards on the internet where it is, you know, sanctioned off from people and clarify spoilers if you really want to talk about it. Not one spoiler from you. Yeah, I'm always grateful when people are always nice and considerate about that, but some people just get their kicks not being cool. I've been trying to avoid cyberpunk spoilers like the plague. I've gotten a couple of spoilers about it. Like there's a John Wick reference in Phantom Liberty. I'll probably have to get a little bit of spoilers on the cyberware when I do my next playthrough of the game, which will be when I get a PS5 so I can experience the 2.0 version, blah blah blah. But yeah, I know Blumhouse is working on the Dead by Daylight movie, which is kind of still leaning on Predator or Saw 2. I'm still personally hoping it's Predator Springtrap for the chapter. I hadn't even considered a Saw 2 chapter. But given Spiral just released, they just put the outfits on sale for Saw and Dead by Daylight. It could be extremely coincidental, or it could just be a sign that they're in very good, they're on very good standing with the license holders for Saw. Just like, here's a Saw 2 release. Well, that post could be a teaser. They could be reworking the map as well, because they've done that before. But all signs right now are... all signs right now, anything we have is very heavily pointing to Saw. Granted, we can't discount Five Nights at Freddy's because the movie did just release as well, and we know Dead by Daylight is in good standing with Blumhouse, so it could be FNAF, it could be... it already got reworked, though. They could change more stuff about it. I'm pretty sure Dead by Daylight maps have had multiple reworks at the time that they've been in the game. Don't quote me on that, though, from what I've heard. Honestly, I think the likelihood... I mean, obviously, with Alien, they could do Predator, but that's very loose. That is very speculatory. FNAF and Saw are probably the two biggest ones. Obviously, Dead by Daylight's not going to post any, like, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map, because that would outright give it away. So it could be like a red herring, maybe? It's usually just once. Yeah, who knows, maybe I'm just coping. I just don't care for a Saw chapter. Like, I don't know. There's nobody in the Saw franchise that I care for as characters. Like, there's just not really any substance. I mean, we already have Tap, who is probably one of the coolest characters of the series. The rest of them are just a bunch of jobbers that get killed halfway through the plot. Or they suffer from horror movie writing and they have the substance... character-wise of a cardboard box or some styrofoam. Jason would be cool, but I don't really think there's any chance he'll be getting its only killer. Yeah, no, so that's why. I think William said I always come back too fast in the ending. Oh, well, don't spoil that for the FNAF movie, man. No spoilers for the FNAF movie, please. I won't be watching anytime soon, but I'll probably check it out later on down the line. I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, what more can they do with a Saw killer? John Kramer is only candidate. That's why I just don't... I have zero interest in it. I think that would be a very wasted potential for a chapter. Personally. Like, as soon as you and I came to that, like, realization of, oh wow, there's a lot of Saw stuff going on, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, it's really likely. We're in the red. The danger zone of it being a Saw chapter. But man, 100% I would take Springtrap. Like, that actually has an interesting concept. And it fits. Like, there's no real survivor candidate. I mean, you could toss one of the FNAF security guards in there, but I don't know. You're not gonna give your thoughts till you see all of it. I mean, even then, I just can't see myself getting hyped for a Saw chapter. I just don't care for the franchise. I don't care for the characters, and I think it would be a wasted potential slot. Which I mean is just me going in biased, but I mean, I know I'll be disappointed, so I might as well keep my expectations low. If they do something cool, they do something cool. If not, at least I kind of figured. It's just sad though, because we have no idea when the next licensed chapter is going to be. It's going to be well into 2024, and even then, the first chapter or two we'll get will probably be unlicensed, which does get me pretty hyped. Because if they do well, as behavior does, given all the liberties they can have and take with certain OG chapters, there could be a lot of cool potential. You like some of the characters? I mean, I'm not an avid Saw fan, so I'm not gonna pretend I know a lot of them. But even like for Killer, like I know sometimes, like with the Skull Merchant chapter, a lot of my hype came from the Lyra twins, because it's like, oh, Talita's cool, Renato's cool, whatever. Skull Merchant, whatever. All in all, that was a bland chapter, but I could at least have hype for the survivors, and so like, oh, some cool new perks. Part of the researcher habit. I just think the animatronics from FNAF would probably make more interesting killers, or Springtrap if they do something interesting with him. But see, that's what I mean. It's just like, at least with a balance of characters, you'll have you'll have some months of hype. Like Nicolas Cage, I'm indifferent about him, but he's Nicolas Cage, so I can definitely see where people are just like, oh wow, he solo carried that, sub chapter. So yeah, I can see it. That's cool. Nicolas Cage and Dead by Daylight. Who would have thought? I still don't have him. I still don't have any like motivation to get him. I'm pretty indifferent about it because I'm not a big Nicolas Cage fan. But you don't know the Predator, which are still open. Yeah. But Predator inherently has like charisma and coolness as a character. That's the thing. Like Saw doesn't really have that. It's just gratuitous violence. Which is the same reason I don't like Art the Clown for. So for me to say like, oh, I'm super hyped for Saw, that would be kind of hypocritical because of Art. I mean, the primary reason I don't like Art is because he has no character substance. He's just spooky, supernatural, kill everybody violently, and then secondly, the crybaby owner of the property on Twitter complaining about wanting him in Dead by Daylight with the utmost entitlement that I've ever seen. It's like, that's why I don't want Art. I just think a Saw chapter would be bland, but that's just me. Maybe they introduce a cool, fun gameplay mechanic about it, even if the character itself isn't super hype. I mean, I have faith in them, yeah. There's still the gameplay, so I'll keep that in mind. But I mean, as a character itself, though, that's just where I'm just not hyped. That's where the would-be amplification of hype just dies. Because it was like, if it's Vecna, it's just like that in and of itself inherently super hype, right? We get Vecna in the game, we can possibly get survivors, Hopper, so on and so forth. It's like Vecna's time power, like the possibilities are limitless for the route they could take for that. But with Saw, chances are it's just gonna be Trap. I don't know, maybe they'll go with the perfect ending route for Saw and just have like Billy on a bike, and if you catch Billy on the bike, it I don't know, it nerfs Saw in some way, or it helps you escape the trial faster. That would be funny. I could get down with that. If the funny little puppet is riding a tricycle. I think that would be awesome. It'd kind of be like the twins in the same regard. Like Kramer would be stagnant in one spot. He would like deploy the Billy on the tricycle and Billy could have some ability, I don't know, blow up a gin, slow down a survivor somehow. Be like Trapper on wheels. You end up catching up to the survivor, they get like stuck on the ground for some reason. I don't know. If it is Saw, I just hope we get Billy on the tricycle. That would be so funny. No, I get that. I'm just grasping at straws here. Honestly. Predator would be really cool because I like his design. And I like the idea of, you know, another monster alien. Not to mention they can make his kit anything they want because he has limitless... Well, there's not limitless stuff, but he has different powers. You have the thermal vision, which they can incorporate that. He has projectiles. He can shoot like missiles. He can shoot discs. He has a giant claw arm. Skilled hunter. He could climb trees, so maybe he'll get some sort of like vertical mobility. I mean, that sounds really busted out. But my point is that there's a lot of potential for Predator. Worst case, they make him a stealth killer, but I think he has a lot of potential to do a lot of cool things if they do introduce Predator into the franchise with Dead by Daylight. That's what gets me hyped. I think he's really iconic. A lot of possibilities for powers. FNAF, I'm more mid-tier on. It's like, it would be cool, but like, what power would they give Springtrap? Maybe for every survivor they kill, you bring out like an animatronic into the game, like almost like AI Nemesis zombies, but it kind of accounts for a dead survivor. They can like go around jump scaring people if they end up, I don't know. I think that could be a really interesting method. Another big thing is that there's no survivor. That's fine. No, I get that. Would be nice if Arnold would. That would be really cool. I'm not gonna lie. If they were able to bring Arnold to the game, that would be insane. Which Arnold has an insane track record in and of itself. He was like Mr. Olympia bodybuilder. I'm pretty sure he was governor of California at one point. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure he's an actor. Like dude is speed ran any percent life as much as he possibly could though. Like that's he's something else. Politician, bodybuilder, act like wow, what a resume. Have him apply for a job, he'd be the perfect candidate. Jack of all trades. But that's the thing though, is with Predator or any chapter really where it's just killer or just survivor. I mean, Sans like Nicolas Cage, right? Could be similar to Nicolas Cage someday, or the Terminator if the other path. I mean, the first Terminator movie was kind of like, it wasn't a horror movie, but it was very spooky and body horror-esque in the sense that like you have melting flesh on robot parts and whatnot. But I don't know. I can't see myself getting super hyped about Terminator either. It would kind of be the Saw syndrome, if you will. It's like, I don't care for Saw. I don't much care for Terminator. DB tackles all horror. Yeah. But like, if it's Vecna or something, that's such a bittersweet win for Dead by Daylight. But you did mention a good point that if it is Vecna, we may not get survivors, which I think is the like worst blow ever. I think that would take my 120% hype and bring it down to like 40%. Not getting a full Stranger Things chapter would like butcher it in my opinion. But we would get Steve, Nancy, and Demogorgon back, and their cosmetics, and probably additional cosmetics for them. Plus the Hawkins map return. That is, yeah. But I don't think that's the compromise I would personally want in the game. I guess at that point it wouldn't be impossible to see Stranger Things 3, technically, if they did add Vecna. Because we have never had like a third chapter of anything. The only I think the only ones that could set that precedent would be Resident Evil right now. Take that over nothing. I don't know. I think we have to agree to disagree on that one. Unless we can get some sort of like number 3 confirmation for a chapter possibility. Like maybe the next chapter, not the next chapter, but some chapters down the line we could get the 2 survivors. But honestly, if they don't give us a 100% chapter, I don't think I'd rather Stranger Things not come back at all. I mean, if we're not getting 2 survivor, a survivor at least, it would just feel incomplete. I just like so much wasted potential. I don't know, in my mind it's very much all or nothing. Like we already don't have Stranger Things in the game as is, so it's like if it came back, that's cool, but not getting a 100% chapter would be very sour. Like it has so much potential to be like internet shaking. Stranger Things Return, Hopper, Joyce, Vecna, and the return of all of the old stuff, the cosmetics and the characters. Like that would be bonkers. The amount of people that would bring to Dead by Daylight would be cool. Very, very cool. Like that would create such a buzz. And appeal, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I would not be hyped if it came back, but I just think that there's so much potential there for it to be a much bigger chapter than if they had just released Vecna. But again, like I said, if we at any point get a third, like a round 3 for a chapter, for example, like if we get Resident Evil Village, right, we get Ethan, Rose, and I don't know, Heisenberg or something, that would show us like, wow, they are really willing to go the extra mile to keep certain properties alive. They're willing to saturate the game with a certain property, which I think a third chapter for something might be bad for it. For Village, I hope so, just to round it out. But see, in that case, if we end up getting Vecna next chapter, right, mid 2024 we get Resident Evil Village, I'm like, okay, that's sweet. That revives the Stranger Things hype, because that means we could get a third Stranger Things chapter with just like Hopper and Joyce if they don't become legendaries. They got the beginning, they got the middle. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It would be perfect. They have Chris, Jill, there's Leon. I'm trying to think of all the legendaries. We have Claire, Ada, Rebecca. So we have the OG4. We have Rebecca and Ada, who are side characters, so it's like, you know. I really don't think there's anything else they're missing, because Claire's a legendary in there. Not to mention, they have so much to choose from for Village. Or 7. Like, they could do one of the Bakers, they could do one of the Four Lords, they could do Miranda. They could, I mean, I think it would be a lot of wasted potential, but they could just do a Lycan, right? Like a werewolf chapter. Have that infect the survivors somehow. But so even if it was just Ethan and the killer, that would be fine with me. I think my main goal is just to have Ethan. Yeah, Carlos, Shiva, Hunkizek, and Birkin. I completely forgot half the freaking cast is in there. And Nemesis. And Wesker. Yeah, no. But then there is the issue of like, oh my gosh, Dead by Daylight is so Resident Evil saturated, but... Unless someone vehemently hates Resident Evil as a franchise, I don't see that being a problem. Because after Village, what else could they do? They could probably add a couple other legendary skins, but ultimately, I don't know. I don't think it would be terrible. It makes money, and us Resident Evil fans like it. No, I mean, I 100% agree, but I've seen a lot of people complain about it. They're like, I really don't want a third Resident Evil chapter, and I'm like, okay, rip bozo. But I don't know where behavior standpoint on that is. Because we know they and Capcom have a very good relationship, all things considered. Able to be bar. No, I 100% agree. I would snatch that up in an instant. If they bring Ethan on for Dead by Daylight, instant buy. Just if made successful, yeah, I think they have to just do it right. They can't lazily, sloppily just throw something out there. That's kind of my worry with Jack being the killer. Next year looks bright. I mean, I'm not going to hold any sort of hold any expectations. My personal favorite chapters are the licensed ones, so just to know that this is the last one before 2 or 3 chapters of original stuff, I don't know. I'm a little worried, to say the least. But I think the potential is limitless for what behavior does. I know they discussed that they had made a project that ended up getting shut down. I'm pretty sure they were referring to Funko Pops. I don't remember the exact quote, but it could have been something in game as well. But I'm 90% certain they're talking about the Funko Pops. We don't know if it's original, we just know Alien in this one. Oh. So then the chapter after this next one could also be licensed? Is that conceivable? Because we're probably at the end of the roadmap they gave us, right? So we don't know what's coming. Or am I coping with that? So you think after 2 licensed chapters they give us an original one. That's just the Survivor one, I think. The original one. Oh. Shoot, okay, so there's just one more random survivor that comes after this killer. Darn it. Patience is a virtue, I guess. Well, hopefully we get the freaking stream, the killer stream soon, because we are running out of time. I don't know, but I'm going to call it there. We can theorize soon, very soon. Yeah, I hope so. We can theorize more later. But yeah, all in all, that's it. We'll see how things play out. I'm not sure how stuff with content creation is going to go. We'll see, though. Hopefully I get my motivation back, as Virgil would say. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Take care and stay safe.